Greetings to all of my Taurus. Hi, Taurus. All right, so we are going to get into a general reading for you. I'm going to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, okay, for you all. So for this reading, let's see what comes out for my Taurus. Cross watchers, you are definitely welcome here. You can have Taurus in any significant placement in your natal chart, or maybe you just around the Taurus, past, present, future. This reading is for whenever you see it. That's when it's significant. And we're just going to see what comes out for you. Holy Spirit, what would you like for my Taurus to know? Holy Spirit, what would you like for my Taurus to know? Holy Spirit, what would you like for my Taurus to know? Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. So you're being encouraged to make plans about something right now. Stag, trust and thrive. So a stag is the energy, if you could see, like the horns have started to, are they called horns? Have started to grow in a very big way, right? So I'll read on what the stag energy is, because that's like you know, they could drop the horns off, but they shed them, and the horns are out there, you know, during mating season, so they could fight, things like that. They could fight other bucks and things like that, so they can have plenty of mates and pass on their genes. And then eventually the horns, they grow new horns, and you know, all the shedding starts to come off, and then they, you know, they grow some new antlers. That's not horns, but antlers. That's what I'm to say. Okay. All right. Thrive, trust, and thrive. Come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In this Celtic traditions, the stag with his crown of antlers is known as the king of the forest, and is a totem that brings protection in the challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality. Maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with a spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. So the extended message with this is, you have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and your presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and to be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. So even though, Taurus, you're that bull energy, but this stag here is the energy of you being a leader. So you're being encouraged to take the lead in a situation and trust yourself so you can thrive, right? All right. And then it was, let me see what was on the bottom. She-wolf, unleash the wild within. So right now you're being encouraged to be brave in a situation. You may not always understand like why or how to be brave. Bravery looks different for everybody. Bravery could be you finally finding the courage to speak up. Bravery could be you're the one who's stepping up when everybody else is kind of they're standing back. Bravery looks different, for everyone. And so, but right now you're being encouraged to be brave in a situation in your life and kind of take the leadership role. This could be in your household, your family, with your children. But this is also, I feel like this is going to be a confidence booster, because you being brave I feel like you're going to get good results in a situation, and that's going to help you release the wild side in you, maybe that you have been sort of like hiding or keeping within, or something like that. Maybe you didn't feel, confident enough in some area of your life to step forward, and you're being encouraged to tap into that wild side of yourself and to step forward. Okay, let's see. Need time to heal. Right now, I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you. It's about me. So, Taurus, maybe that is why maybe you're being encouraged to step forward and be brave and to deal with the situation or something like that. But you also, if you're in the energy where you need to heal yourself, you have some things that you got to work through in your own life, then you're being encouraged to do that first, because you don't want to be a wounded person going in trying to help someone else and then make a situation worse, right? So there could be something in your life where you realize you need to heal, like how it said, how the Native Americans would use the deer as medicine, where it was food. They would use it for their drums, their rattles, whatever, things like that, as for clothes, and things. And so if you know that you are not in a place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially to be of assistance to someone, then don't force yourself into a situation where you can make it worse, right? Your confidence in something will build over time. And then it says you're a mystery. You can never seem to I could never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me. Never really know where I stand with you. So this could be another factor in what you feel as though is kind of holding you back. Because, as human beings, we want to understand our significant other. We want to understand our loved ones, right? We want to understand who they are, how they feel about us. We want to understand our friends, with our supervisors, how they feel about us. And there are different ways that you can comprehend that understanding, through body language, through communication, verbal communication, through someone's actions, right? But if there's any sort of barriers there, or something that's holding a person back, they're not going to get that clear understanding. There's something that's blocking that. And that could be where your confidence is being shaken, where you're like, okay, I'm not really sure if I step up, if I say something to this person that I want to come in and help, are they going to be able to receive this? So this is you making sure you're in a place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way, to where if someone rejects something from you, or reject an offer, you can handle it. It's not going to be a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, they don't accept me, or they wouldn't accept my help, or this, that, and it's not the end all to a situation. So I feel like it's hard for you to read somebody around this time, somebody who you could care about. You want to kind of be that stag type energy where you can step in and be a healing force. But if you're not reading them right, or you don't know where they're coming from, and they're still a mystery to you, which leads me to believe that there's some blockage in you all's communication, then this is a time where either you're going to have to be brave and remove those blockages and say, I need to communicate with you so I can get a better understanding of what you need from me, or what I need from you. And also, don't give what you can't. Don't promise something that you can't give. If you know you can only give a certain amount, if you know, okay, so for healing, if you know, so I'll use this as an example. If someone tells you, I need you to I need help with this. You offer your help to someone and they tell you, okay, I need someone to babysit the kids, babysit my kids Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? You know you are in a situation to where you're going through something in your life where you're only available to do it on Mondays. Don't say yes, I can do this Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Be honest. Say no, I can only do it on Mondays. But I can try to see if there's some sort of other options, or, you know, we could try to put our minds together, our head together, and see if we could find someone else who can help on the Wednesdays and Fridays. It's like you're not overextending yourself so you don't feel depleted and you don't have that resentment to set in. And you're still being able to be a healing force to someone without depleting yourself completely. Because there could be something in your life that still needs to heal, right? And it could be emotionally. It could be, maybe you're learning how to self-love. You know, people think once you get, people always put an age on everything, but you could be 50, 60, 70 years old and just learning how to truly love yourself because you were always taught to put everyone else first. You know, that's a real thing. So it's, but there's a situation here where you're being encouraged to have that confidence and only give what you can give and nothing more, and not feel guilty about what you can't give, because if you're still healing, you have to know those your limitations, right? And set up those healthy boundaries. So we're going to close out your reading with one more oracle card, and that will be the end of your reading, Taurus. Okay. And I hope you know your natal chart, because then that way you can look through your natal chart. Your natal chart is sort of like a roadmap to where you are in this life, where you fit, you know, how things work for you in this life. And you can even understand how you connect with other people too, you know. All right, so let's see. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Yep. So this card is about you being taught something in a certain way, right? Something being done in a pattern by your ancestors. This could be your parents, this could be your grandparents, but this is you finding a new healthy way to do it. Because as times change, some traditions are amazing and they work wonderful, right? They teach the next generation how to be prosperous, how to be loving, how to have empathy, how to thrive, how to be strong, how to be courageous, how to be brave, right? But then you have some traditions that are instilled that have hindered the next generations, right? And so this is you knowing how to decipher between the two. Has something been a blessing for you, and it is taught, and it is something that you feel proud to pass on to your children, to the next generation and the generation after that? Or is this something that you would be embarrassed about, something that you're not proud of, something that you were taught where you said, you know, that worked at that time for them, but in a way it really didn't work because look at how our family turned out. Look at how things have turned out. So this is you being taking that accountability, taking accountability for your self-love. Self-love doesn't always fit into some sort of cookie cutter type lifestyle. Sometimes the black sheep in the family is the daggone person who said, you know what? That has not worked for me. It has literally held me back in this life. It may have worked for my other relatives, or they think it worked for them, but it doesn't work for me. I feel smothered. That's not how I feel. That's not who I want to be. So this is you being brave enough to do that, to make whatever changes you need to make in your life for you and for your generation, for your children, for your grandchildren, for your great-grandchildren, and to set your own, walk on your own pathway. And this is also your ancestors saying, We know that we didn't teach you something right. We know we did something wrong. We know that something that we did wasn't right. And we see you repeating that. And Aries didn't get this card. But what I'm saying to you, Taurus, came up in the Aries reading. So you may want to go back. Maybe your Aries is significant in your life. Or maybe you want to go back and look at that Aries reading. Because this is what came out in their reading. Not this card, but what I'm saying came out. And so this could be a connection. Maybe you have a connection with a Aries, somebody who has Aries of their sun, moon, or rising or something. And I feel like there's a situation here where there's something that needs to change, and your ancestors are invoking you to change that. They're trying to get your attention. They want you to be to do something differently than what they did. They walked a pathway, or they made some decisions that weren't right. And now that they're in the spiritual realm, they're looking at you like, okay, we need you to break that pattern. We know that it wasn't right, that we did something a certain way. We need you to break it. Okay. So yeah, this is you being aware of that. All right. Okay, so that, in doing it in a brave way and letting that wild side of you, shine through. Okay. All right. So Taurus, that is your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being the Taurus that you are. I appreciate you all for hitting that like, share, and subscribe button for me and showing this channel so much love. I thank you. I'm sending love right back to you all. Wishing you well wishes for the holidays, for you and your family, that you go into 2024, the year of the number 8, in a beautiful way, showing love to people, empathy to people, letting that love come back to you. And that empathy come back to you, and just trying to be your best self, okay? Whatever that means for you, okay? All right, I'm sending you all love and light, and I will talk with you all later.